How's it going, everybody? Doing a gum chewing PS4 collection video today. I think I did a whispering non-gum one like 4 or 5 months back. I figure I'm cycling through some of the collections again, as I do, but let's start from here. These are not in any specific order. Kina, Canna, Bridge of Spirits. I believe they're making a second one of this. I played a little bit of this. It looks really nice, and it is, what are these things are called? The Rot. This little dude. I think it's kind of like a Pikmin type thing, but it looked nice. Combat was fun. It had a very, PS2 quality to it. I'm not talking graphically or anything. It had a throwback feel to it, which I can appreciate. Ratchet and Clank. The game based on the movie based on the game. I forgot they made a Ratchet and Clank movie. It's Ratchet and Clank. It looks gorgeous. I think this is like a remake of the first one, but part of the movie as well. I want to say this was the only Ratchet and Clank that came out during this era. I could be wrong though. Looks really nice. You know, you get the cool guns and shit. Ratchet and Clanks are always good. They always look gorgeous. And they're just fun games. A lot of times I feel like you don't get, not to say games aren't enjoyable, but I'm talking about like a pure fun game, you know? Persona 5 Strikers. I have not played this. I got it for $5 at Best Buy. It is like a different, it's based on the 5th Persona, but I think the combat is different. It's not turn-based. I could be wrong though, because I have not played it. What is this? Uncharted, the Nathan Drake collection. So you got the first 3 Uncharteds here. My personal favorite in the series is the first one still. It's the same as like Dead Rising with me. Dead Rising's my favorite, the original, but it's not the best game in the series. I think 3 is. This one, I would say the second one is the best game in the series. They're all solid, but I just love the first one. I feel like it was nostalgic when I first played it back in '07. But Uncharted's are cool. Your Nathan Drake is Sully's in here. Elena pops up in the first one, and then obviously goes from there. You meet her about halfway through the first, maybe not halfway through the first, maybe like a third into the first one. Combat's fun. The enemies are bolt sponges. You always have like a big, especially the first one had the Sea-Doo part where you're going up with the grenade launcher up the river. But then the second one and stuff, that's when like you got the real big set piece. The train is in the second. The plane thing, which they used in the movies, in the third. The fourth has like a big chase on trucks, and you're jumping back and forth. They're fun adventure games. You're collecting shit and stuff. Everybody knows them. Oh, we got 3 Tales from these games here. A lot of these I picked up like right after I got the PS4 because they were dirt cheap. So I haven't played a lot of them. I've said this before. Better hold on to them all now. Tales of Zestiria. I haven't played it. See, like I said, this was like $10 or $11, I think, on Amazon new. Tales of Arise. I did play some of this one. Look nice. They all have a similar art style, these games, and the combat is fun in them. I didn't play a ton of it. When did this one come out? 21. And this is another one that was $5 at Best Buy. And Tales of Bizarria, which has a remaster out. So this one I haven't touched either. I do like the Tales games I played, like Tales of Symphonia. What's that other one? There's only got a remaster. Vesperia. I think this franchise started maybe on the Actually, did it even start on the Super Nintendo? Maybe not. Stray, I did a gameplay of this. I like this game. It's like, there goes the AC. It's like a post-apocalyptic game where you're this game is like postcards. Lenticular cards, whatever. But like there's like a city underground, and the humans had to go underground. It starts off you're a cat hanging with your cat buddies, and you fall down this thing, and you end up in this place. But the humans are gone now as well because something happened there, and there's robots down there now. And this little, you play as the cat, but this little robot thing you activate, and it's like the mind of a human in there, and he's your buddy. There's a little combat in here with these things. They kill the robots, but you get a light you can take them out with. I forget what it is. It's a good change of pace game. I liked it. It's not overly long. You're doing cat things and stuff in this little, you gotta find things, go search people out and stuff about robots. I actually really enjoyed it though. The Last Guardian, I got this from GameStop with the destroyed artwork. This is made by the people that did Shadow Colossus. Cool game, you're that kid and you meet this thing, whatever it is. It's like a half bird, dog, whatever. It's a bunch. But you're trying to like figure out stuff through there and shit like that. I didn't play a ton of it, but I was enjoying what I played. It's a shame that artwork has to be struck. This is like a $10 game, I think, used. 10 or 12. Looks really nice, though. Those the 3 games these people have done. Japan Studios have a nice art style to them. King's Bounty 2. Got this at GameStop. I have not played it. I got it because I love the first King's Bounty on the Sega Genesis I had back in the day. Apparently there are other ones that have come out on the PC over the years, but there's King's Bounty 2. I need to throw this in at some point and just fucking play it. I need to get the first one too. They're like turn-based kind of strategy games in the I was putting before, like the Heroes of Might and Magic and stuff, where you have your units and they're on a battlefield and they have the numbers next to them, and you can find new units and shit like that. Certain ones are stronger and shit like that. Until Dawn, made by the people that did Dark Pictures game, and another one here. Let me grab it. This one, Hidden Agenda. These are like evolutions of point-and-click games. They're more involved. This is like the first one they did, I think. I don't know if it's the first game this company ever did, but it's the first one like this, I believe. But very, they're like playing through a horror movie as well. Rami Malek is in this one. He was known at the time when this came out, but he's much bigger now. It was 2015. Hayden Panettiere is in this one as well. But these games, you gotta figure, like, everybody could live, everybody could die, depending on your choices. Some will live, some won't. This one leaned into the button pressing shit a lot, and it cost me at the end bad. I think I had 3 people die. But I think it was her character, Hayden Panettiere. I had to do like a breathing thing, right? Like, you hold it and whatever you had to do. And you had to do it like 3 times. I slipped up, and the last time I got killed. It can suck. They improved upon that later on with Dark Pictures games, where you can mess up here and there, and your character's not immediately gonna die. It's cool. It looks really great. This one's is this Wendigo? You go back to the lodge where, was it both sisters died, or one of them? When you went there the year before, you and your friends, and now you go back to kind of like celebrate. But Rami Malek's their brother. I'm not gonna reveal everything from it. You probably played it at this point. But it's a really cool game. Looks really nice. Like I said, to me, they're evolution of point and click games. Point and kick. This is another one. I've not played this one yet. I did open it. I was told about this in the comments, but you need a mobile app to play this, apparently, which I have not bothered to do. Maybe one day I'll do it. I would assume that app is still there, but you never know. And this was interesting to me because I got this off of eBay, I believe. See this? Punch through the barcode. I had picked up And I'm not sure I was doing, I don't think I was doing, no, I was definitely not doing this channel yet. It was on my old channel. But I went to, it was in Massapequa, there was a house that had a ton of PSP and PS3 games. And there might be some PS2 as well, I can't remember. But, and of course I only had like 20 something bucks. And I went back later with more money, but they were already just cleared out. But I'd gotten that game Africa for the PS3. Persona something portable on for the PSP. Half minute here for the PSP. I want to say I got Ninja Gaiden, because they did a port of Ninja Gaiden from the original Xbox PS. I think it was that or the second one. No, it couldn't have been the second one. And there was one other one, I can't remember what it was. But they were all new, and they had the barcode punch in them. Which I'm like, I think this person worked for Sony. And they probably gave them free copies, but they got the whole punch. I don't know how it works. But I did real well on that shit, too. Because that shit was cheap. I got like 5 games for $20. New, and they were all worth more than that. One of them might have been one of the God of War. Maybe it was God of War 3 as well. But it just reminded me that I have not played this game. Another site. I got this from my fiance. She said she played it, but I'm not sure she did. There's a cat in there, and the girl's blind, I believe. Deus Ex Mankind Divided. Now I had a bunch of stuff on my wish list. And my fiance bought a bunch of them. Because I put a bunch of stuff there that was cheap. I did not open this for the PS4. I have played this to completion on top of some of the DLC on the Xbox One. Awesome game. You're Adam Jensen again. He was also in Human Revolution. They're cool games. It started with Conspiracy. And then there was Invisible War. I played that on the original Xbox. Conspiracy was on the PS2, but I think they're all on PC as well. It's cool, kind of like cyberpunk type shit. Futuristic stuff with like, bio enhancements and what do they call augments. It's a really cool game. There's some choice in there and shit. You're hated in this one because of what happened at the end of Human Revolution. The Augs are kind of like looked down upon and shit by the humans. There's big choices in this one as well. So it's a really cool game. It has a nice look to it, futuristic look to it and shit. These games are well worth playing and they're cheap. All of them are cheap. The God of War 2018. I still gotta beat this. I feel like I have like 2 hours left. I did a gameplay of this one, I believe. The Kratos again, it was an awesome game. You're in the with the Norse gods now, I believe. And yeah, the Norse wilds. You're with your kid, your wife has died, she's I guess gonna be in that new one coming out. And then you're just living a regular life hidden, and then all of a sudden the Norse gods figure out about you. And it goes from there, it's violent as shit, as always. Looks gorgeous, the combat's fun. I'm trying not to spend too much time on the ones I have played. Sackboy, A Big Adventure. Great game, platformer. These started out as like, I think they were like 2D platformers. It started on the PSP, was it? Maybe like a Little Big Planet? Or was it the PS3? But they were like, you could build stuff. It was like Mario Maker before Mario Maker. This one's like a straight up platform. My fiance and I played it 2-player. We did pretty much beat all the levels and shit. We didn't get like every little hidden thing in each level. Collectibles and stuff, but it was a fun platformer. Final Fantasy, Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. So this is a prequel to the original NES Final Fantasy. Spoilers here. This is not turn-based. This is made by Platinum. No, Team Ninja, sorry, not Platinum. Team Ninja Koei Tecmo. So it has the Team Ninja combat in it, the feel to it and shit. I did not complete it. Played it was nice. You have to restore the light. The character you play as is Garland. And you end up, spoilers here, you end up being like the main bad guy. I think they show it in maybe DLC or some shit. But you like kidnap the princess in it. That's the start of the first Final Fantasy game. But when I played it was fun, but like I said, I was getting a lot of these games because they're cheap. Then I ended up getting the PS5 and all this shit was on the back burner. This one she also got off. This one was like $30 at the time. I've not opened it yet. It's supposed to be pretty cool. But this game is like $70, $80 now. It's a limited run, so you know. Limited run produced the discs. Maybe one day I'll open it. Last of Us Part 2. Ellie's like, I gotta take a shit. This was controversial and everything else when it came out. This is a 2-disc one too. An install disc and the data disc. Sorry, the data disc and the play disc. I enjoyed the shit out of this game. Like, I thought it was fantastic. It's a little more open in parts when you're playing as Ellie well, everybody knows what happens in this. Spoilers here. You beat Joel's head in with a golf club. They did in the show as well. I did not give a fuck about this. I was pissed you didn't get to do it yourself. Like, let me do it. It would be more impactful if I can control it. Like, oh my god, I'm taking out the guy, the main guy from the first game. You didn't see it coming. Because Abby's got to get her revenge because her dad was one of the doctors. I feel like they just threw this shit in, to be honest. And now Ellie's going on her revenge tour. It's pretty much like, the cycle of revenge. And eventually someone's got to be like, I can't do it anymore. Even if you want to say the story's a little, you're pissed about Joel. The gameplay's still there. It's solid. Looks gorgeous. Voice acting's fantastic. There's a cool part where you're Ellie, and I think you're with Dina. Yeah. And you're in, like, you first get to Seattle. And it's like a little, like, you're exploring and stuff, which I love about the first one and this one. These kind of games I love when you're exploring out, finding supplies and shit, you know? And there was little open things you could do that you didn't have to do. But the combat is fun. The Abby stuff is fun as well. I think I liked Abby's character more than Ellie. Ellie was annoying as fuck in this game. And there's a fight here, too. Because you fight each other as each person. So you fight Ellie as Abby. In the movie theater, I think it was. Abandoned movie theater. And... Like Ellie's a pain. Like, you should have... Of course, after the fight's over, you're beating the shit out of Ellie. You should have been beating the shit out of her from the beginning. Okay? Abby is ripped. She's got guns on. Everybody's like, why is she ripped and have guns when she was born in this post-apocalyptic world where food is scarce? Who the fuck knows? But... And then you meet Lev as Abby. So you go back and forth playing between them. Well, you play with them for a bunch, and then I think you guys split. And then Abby and Lev get grabbed, and then you end up in a different location in California with what the fuck were they called? The group there, I forget what they were called. But anyway, I really fucking liked it. You do get Joel still there afterwards because they do flashback scenes. Would I have loved to have seen Joel in the whole game? Of course. Or have him go later on in the game and you control Abby and do it. Like, I was pissed you didn't get to control Abby to do it. Come on now. If you're going to do it, let me do it as the person who played as him in the first game. It's going to be more impactful. I can't believe I'm doing this, you know. But I still enjoyed this game. First one's probably better. Like, I leaned towards that one being better, but then I played the first one again, the remaster. I did not play just the remake, I guess, for the PS5, because you released this game 900 times, but the first one definitely is better in terms of, like, just everything, but impact and stuff. But that one's still, even if you're not into the story, and that's understandable, the game is still great from a gameplay perspective. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I've said before a million times, I've not played the original outside of like 2 hours. I did not have a PS1 back then, and then the times I picked it up at garage sales, I did have a PS1. I had played for a little bit to test it, and I would just stop it. And I played like 2 or 3 hours when I had it downloaded on the PlayStation 3. Awesome remake. I fucking love this game. I love Rebirth. I can't wait for Revelation. You got Cloud here, Tifa, Cloudy. Why'd I say it like that? You got Cloudy, Tifa, Barrett, Aerith, the Sephiroth, a poor man's Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Kefka from Final Fantasy VI is infinitely more fucked up than Sephiroth. Sephiroth's a great villain, though. Absolutely. But Kefka's just fucking demented. And the shit he's doing is messed up, and it's in the 2D Final Fantasy. He's a 16-bit. He's poisoning water supplies, killing children. It's ridiculous. Like, awesome game though. The combat's fun. It's not the same system as the turn-based system. It's a different active system. I like it. Looks great. Just a fantastic. The Rebirth's even better because it opens up out of Midgard. I'm tempted to get Intergrade, which has a Yuffie side thing in it, just to play it again. Because I really did enjoy this, and it's cheap. I'll get it at some point before the discs go away. And they become $100 a piece. But I love this shit. Mozart Requiem. Another one that came off the wish list for my fiance. Haven't opened it. It is a point-and-click game where he plays Mozart in Prague, 1788. The Order, 1886. This game is stunning in terms of how it looks. This, to me, is like the PS4's Rise, Son of Rome on the Xbox One, where this was not a launch title. I think Rise of Rome was, but this was fairly early on in the PlayStation's life cycle, I believe. Stickers on it. But it looks great. It's short as shit. I have not completed it, but I know it's short as shit. Combat was pretty fun, though. You're like Monster Hunter type stuff in the 1800s. Are you in England? Yes. Victoria era London. Just these, but it's one of these games where it still looks better than even some shit that's come out for the newer consoles. Same thing with Rise, Son of Rome. These games are just, you're just like, holy shit. And this is like before everybody's tapping into the full potential of these consoles. But, I gotta play more of that. Lost Judgment. I haven't played it. I think Judgment is the first one. This is in the Yakuza universe, I believe, though. Resident Evil 4 remake. Fantastic. I think I still like the 2 remake the best out of the 3 remakes. Resident Evil 3 is the weakest by far, but I still enjoyed it. But they were trying to make it into an action movie, which you shouldn't have done. But I still did enjoy it. But it's not nearly as good as 2 or 4. You're back as Leon in the classic Resident Evil 4, except you can move and shoot now. And they do add a beginning part as well. It's Resident Evil 4. It's great. It's starting to move. You know, when the original came out, it's starting to move into action horror. But it still has survival horror feel to it. 5, in my opinion, straight up action horror. And I love 5. I've played 5 to completion 3 or 4 times. But it is straight up action horror. Same thing with 6, although 6 has some sections, like the Ada and the Leon section, a little more survival horror feeling. But it's Resident Evil 4, regardless if you're playing the original of this. My best experience with this is within VR. I think I did a little gameplay of that, too. I didn't even talk in it or anything. I meant to always get a mic for that thing, so I can talk on it as well. But that was incredible. You're like pulling like this, doing the shit for pumping the shotgun. You gotta go like this, reload, and it's fucking awesome. But this is any Resident Evil 4 you're playing, if you're playing on the Wii, in the VR, on the newer consoles, on the PS2, the Cube, wherever, it's awesome. Haven't played Horizon Zero Dawn. I've heard a lot of good things about it, though. Uncharted 4 Thief's End. Cool Uncharted. Amy Hennig had nothing. She was started this, and then Neil Druckmann took over. If that was amicable, or he tried to make a power play, I don't know. I wasn't there. You see a lot of videos on this shit. But she was responsible for the first 3 writing, and apparently, Sony didn't like the way the 4th one was going in production or whatever, and then they came in. I don't know. But this one is probably, if I was grading them, the first is still my favorite. Second, this one I'd put before 3. I'm not gonna count Lost Legacy. What I played of it's really cool, but I didn't play all of it. It's not a shorter version. It was a DLC. But this one still got the good combat, a little more open and stuff. But Amy Hennig also responsible for the writing and stuff for the Legacy of Kain games, which are fucking some of the best voice acting you'll ever get. And some of the best dialogue. It's like Shakespearean. In the delivery and everything. Those games are fucking awesome. But this is still a great game. Great action there. Great set pieces. You're collecting treasures still. You know, we can argue that Drake is... There's actually no argument. He is absolutely a mass murderer. Throughout all of the games. The guy in the second one, the bad guy's like, how many guys have you, like, just killed in the last week, Drake? You fucking psychopath. And Drake could have knocked guys out when he was sneaking up on them, but he chose to snap their necks. This isn't like, oh, I'm getting shot at too. You can knock a guy out or two, Drake. You sick fuck. But he had a bloodlust that was insatiable. He had to keep killing. They should have played on that. Drake ends up being the bad guy. He's like, I gotta keep murdering people. But your brother pops up in this. There's a prison break, I believe, in this. You're on a boat at some point flying around, going to different places. You play young Drake as well, I'm pretty sure. When you first like meet someone and shit. Right, that's this one, not the third one, right? Neo, got a GameStop, $5, haven't played it. Koei Tecmo. Callisto Protocol. I also have MLB The Show something or other. I got a garage sale, I forgot where I put that though. This is made by some of the people that did the Dead Space game, so it is very Dead Space. I did not play all of it. This has got a... What's the dude's name in it? He was also in Call of Duty World War II. I forget his name. He's an actor. He's been in a bunch of shit. I can't remember his name, though. The combat was a little different, though. Yeah, it took a little bit to get used to. But I was enjoying what I was playing. It's very Dead Space, but hey, that's not a bad thing. Killzone Shadowfall. Another game that's gorgeous, and that might have been a launch title, actually. Yeah, 2013. If it wasn't exactly at launch, it came out within 2 months of it coming out. Another game that's gorgeous. I did play a decent amount of this. It was a fun shooter. It'll never be Halo. But it was still really cool. And it looked gorgeous. Who made these? I know this is a PlayStation first party, but it's just Sony Computer Entertainment. I thought there was like I thought one of their first party developers was behind it. Gorilla. Is that who it is? Developed by Gorilla. But their name's not on here. Unless that's their symbol. That might be their symbol right there, actually. And the last one, Hello Neighbor, which I got at the same garage sale I got the MLB game at. Haven't played it. People seem to think it's alright, though. But yeah, PlayStation 4 collection. I always think periodically look at PS4 games to see what's cheap, just to kind of grab a few here and there, maybe over the next year or some shit. But I'm gonna probably end up selling some of these at some point. Maybe it's a lot. None of these are like packing any kind of crazy value outside of like one or two. Song of Horror. Although I haven't looked recently, but like I said, I bought a lot of them for cheap. A lot of them were 10 and under. But most of them came from GameStop. Let me see. Killzone did. Oh god. Neo did. Horizon did. The Order did. God of War did. King's Bounty did. Last Guardian did. Ratchet and Clank did. Tales of Berseria did. A decent amount did. Last go, I said that. Anyway. Just my PS4